Oscar-winning Hollywood powerhouse and master storyteller and Mr. Nice Guy, Kevin Costner. Listen to these titles, just a few of them. Dances with Wolves, The Bodyguard, who didn't love that movie? Field of Dreams, love that too, and the hit series Yellowstone. He recently said he won't be returning to Yellowstone. Oh no, we sat down with Kevin Costner before that announcement to talk about his most ambitious project yet. He says it's the most personal for him. He's a writer, director, producer, and oh yeah, star of Horizon and American Saga. The series of 4 movies is about the expansion and settlement of the American West. It is epic. In this clip, Costner's character, Hayes Ellison is his name, and his love interest, Marigold, were on the run from gunslingers trying to avenge a murder. Here's a look.
You're not taking the full measure of this, Mary. Think about how far these men just came and how long they've been at it over one old injury. I know the man I met was on his way to kill everyone in that house. He might as well have been walking up to get the mail for all it bothered him. Now they had a second loss and they're this much farther out of their way. Can't imagine they'll be any kinder to you this time.
So they'll just kill me then? Right out in front of everyone?
No, they'll probably take you somewhere quiet, won't they?
Good to see you, Kevin Costner. What I read about this after I watched it is that this has been a passion project for you for, 3 decades.
Yeah. 1988, I commissioned a story, even before Dances with Wolves, that I wanted to do. It was kind of a normal Western. I thought it was good, but no one would make it. And I thought, well, then I'll write 4 more, see how they like those. No one liked that, the knothead that I am. And but I did. And I couldn't forget it. I couldn't fall out of love with it. And I just kept pushing it forward.
But the thing about you, to me, it seems that the harder it is, the more you like it. Is that true?
Well, I'm not excited about things being hard. I really am not. I would love it to be a smooth sailing for me. But what happens is I can't let hard stop me. I can't let people's opinions of what's in vogue, what's happening, what's current, what's trending, be my guide. I will get lost. I will be so lost. I have a relationship with an audience, and that is there's going to be people just like you that go in and don't know anything about it. And when the lights go out and they come up, you're going to take a ride. And it's going to be really not business as usual because women end up somehow dominating Horizon in a really interesting way.
You hadn't planned for women to dominate it?
Not really, but as you started to write scenes, you couldn't create scenes without recognizing that women were a part of all these decisions and how they had to make their way. It was really hard on everybody. The West is not a land in Disneyland.
But hasn't it been your experience, you said women tend to dominate, that when women enter the picture, everything gets better? Hasn't that been your experience?
I find it to be true.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a world without women.
No, me neither. I mean, and then in this particular story, you also hit about the betrayal between the Native Americans and the white people in the movie. And you seem to be telling both stories. Quite often, the Indian side of the story is often ignored, or they are portrayed as the bad guys in all situations. That does not seem to be the case in this particular
Well, it's just not the case. They were fighting for a different reason, to defend their home that they'd known forever, their children, their way of life, their hair, their religion. We were fighting for somebody's land that somebody told us just because we had a piece of paper that this could be ours, a salesman in Chicago. Every town in America started with somebody putting a stake in the ground. What did that do to the people that had been there for thousands of years? And that's what I tried to portray in Horizon.
I'm curious about, you use the phrase tough nut because people say that about you. They said because of Horizon, it caused problems for you on Yellowstone. True fans of the show say they can't imagine Yellowstone without you. And if you want to go back, and you and Taylor are talking, because people say this about the two of you. Both big egos, both very powerful, both at the top of their game, and that right now, maybe the two of you are playing a game of who's is bigger. Do you see it that way?
I don't really.
Who's is bigger, Kevin?
Yeah. Well, I love the show. I went and sold
You do love the show.
I loved the show before anybody. It was Taylor and myself. The truth never changes. That love was really strong. The idea of going back, I would do that in a second if I felt that it was something that I could do, wanted to do, I would make it fit.
But the
And-
characterization of you isn't necessarily flattering. It's you've made demands. You want to have a certain schedule. You want to shoot at a certain time. You want certain money. If it's not that hard, why can't the two of you be able to work it out? People
Well,
would love to
this
see
isn't
you
therapy,
back.
Gayle. I mean, we're not going to discuss this on the show, really. I mean, honestly, it's a.
I'm a good
I've
therapist,
conducted
though, but go
I've
ahead.
conducted my life in a pretty straightforward way.
Yeah.
I've never missed any obligations in my entire career. So the idea, is wide open for me.
Yeah.
It just happens to be like, can I fall in love with the writing? Can I fall in love with the part that wants to go forward?
Okay. Listen, you've been in the news lately. You went through a very public divorce. So I am curious about how you're doing, your head-wise and your heart-wise. And I mean that.
Well, that's a crushing moment.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It hurt. But I go forward. I have no choice. My children are looking at me. So I can't wilt like a daisy. I have to go forward. I have to continue to be who I am and to keep a special eye on who they are.
You talk about being the dad because your son Hayes is in the movie.
Yeah.
Did he come to you or did you?
No,
come to him?
he's a very quiet boy, and I mean, he's a namesake of my character.
Yes. You said I have to make this movie, did you say? And then I have to include him?
Well, I wanted him to be, and I wanted to see if he would come with me, and he had no experience because I haven't driven my own children into this business. But in this instance, the part was of a size that I thought Hayes could do it. I thought we could be together, and now we're locked together forever in this.
Yes. I thought he did A++.
I thought he did too. I was so proud of him, and
Yeah.
every day we would just go to work together. It was a dream.
I love that for you, Kevin Costner. Cheering you on always. You've got 3 more parts. I can't wait to see what happens in 2, 3, and 4, because number 1 is Knockout.
Thank
Knockout.
you.
Congrats.
Thanks.
I like Kevin Costner. The first installment of Horizon, an American Saga, is in theaters everywhere. Tomorrow, part 2 is going to hit theaters August 16th.